All right, everybody out there in Facebook land, Kotaku readers, followers, fans, and haters, we were looking, by the way, I'm Stephen Totillo, editor of the site, and yes, we are looking at the Nintendo 3DS, my Nintendo 3DS, and we're going to be looking at some StreetPass games. I don't know how many of you know about StreetPass, care about StreetPass, but this is something that the 3DS has had for since its launch. And the idea is that if I have my system set up to do even local wireless transfer, I can walk past somebody, and if they have their system set up the same way, it'll exchange our Miis back and forth. So I've done this with, I guess, 1,500 people. You want to do street passing like when you're at a place where there's going to be a lot of other gamers. So if you go to a Penny Arcade Expo or something like that, you'll get tons of street pass. This lights up green. And they've made all these games that you can play with the Miis that you collect. So it's asynchronous. I wouldn't even call it multiplayer. It's very distinct. So for a while, this is what StreetPass looked like. It was, I'll even let you listen to the music for a second, the jingle. Okay, so they introduced a bunch of changes last week. This is Nintendo did. And so now we have this. The music speeds up, they're running, and I can now capture more than just 10 people's Miis at a time. I can capture 100, and I can do this. This is fun. Now they're running, and they're kicking up dust. Okay, fine. These aren't actual games, though, are they? No, this is just me looking at Miis. But the games are down here, and so when they launched it, they had things like Find Me, where you would take other people's Miis, and you would use them to help your Mii go through a pretty linear role-playing game with basic turn-based battles. But now, or over the last few years, they've introduced more complicated games. So there's like this game here, Mii Force, where it's like a side-scrolling shmup, and you use the other people's Miis to enhance your ship. There's one, Flower Town, where you're using people's Miis to give you seeds, and you're planting and growing flowers. If I have time, I'll show you one of the older ones, but I'm going to focus on the new ones. These are about $5 a piece. They give you, I think, one for free if you upgrade to the premium, faster, 100-person capacity Mii Plaza. But let's go into Market Crashers. So this is a stock market game using other people's Miis, and we can go right to the trading floor. But I'll show you this other thing first. Let's see, shop. Oh, we can't say her name. This woman's name is Share Price. I thought that was kind of funny. Cher, like Cher the singer, but yeah, her last name is like P-R-E-I-S-S. Anyway, we have no time for puns. Let's get into the gaming. So this stuff is interesting because you don't see really any other system. Console, portable, iPhones don't do this. Nothing really does this, where you can just pull in people's data and see what it does for you. In the case of Market Crashers, it's really just going to be pulling in the fact that I have 10 people, which was, for a time, the maximum number of people that I could have StreetPass with at any one time, is sort of saved into my system. It's going to know that I've pulled in 10 people, and that quantity of people is going to matter for this game. So my goal here is to get to 10 million Gs. And okay, I'm still early in this game, so they're still giving me some tutorials. I can edit my portfolio. I don't care about that right now. So this one is designed for quick play. I've got 10 people's Miis that I've intercepted. That includes, one of these is fellow Kotaku employee, Jason Schreier. Not sure where he is. I think that might be him. But we're going to day trade. Now the thing is, what is the point of having other people's Miis in it? Well, by having more people's Miis, we get a more detailed preview. They're essentially playing the role of stock analysts in the game. And they give us a more specific, precise preview or guess as to how the stock is going to perform throughout the day. And we're going to, buy when it's low and sell when it's high, right? So we have a couple of different stocks that we can be investing in, piece-by-piece deliveries. I thought this was like a riff on Twitter, but it's not. It's actually a riff off of the fact that one of the default StreetPass games involves jigsaw puzzle pieces being dropped into or filling out puzzles, and a little bird flies those pieces in. And that also is affected by how many Miis you meet. Usually, up until recently, every Mii you met would give you one puzzle piece. Now, with this update, Miis can give you a bunch of puzzle pieces just from one Mii. Anyway, so let's do this stock. And we've got 10 people, so let's start day trading. If I had fewer people, the idea is that curve would have been less specific, and so there would have been less information. So we want to We want to buy now, right? Buy, buy, buy. And now we want to, performance is going up. Sell, sell, sell. Okay. He says it might rise. Oh. Oh, 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 okay. Buy, buy, buy. Sell. And buy a little more right there. And that's it. That's what you do for the day. So I got a little distracted because I've only played this game once before and haven't fully absorbed it. But I think you get the idea here. They had a preview. They were saying stuff while I was playing that was predicting whether the stock was going to go up or down in value. And I was basically buying and selling based on that. So it's a very quick session game. And the more people that you have StreetPassed with, the more precise that that line, that wavy line is going to be. They have other, the more successful you are in buying stocks and selling and just profiting off of the stock market, the more they'll allow you to buy bigger bundles of stock. They also let you, here I'm going to add to my cash reserves here. I'm wearing a stock market hat. When you buy any of these new premium StreetPass games, you also are given special hats that match the games. So there's a stock market hat. There's a hat that's just a stack of beef that goes with if you bought the cooking game. There's other things that are going on in this game, like you can, as you saw before, we can buy things. We can buy things related to the companies, or we can sell them. They say that'll actually have feedback in terms of how the stock performs. So if you're buying a lot of stuff from the company, then the company might record better profits, and so that their stock might perform better. So it sounds like there's something a little deeper happening than just them randomly deciding the values of the stocks. So let's see. Let's actually buy something. See what we can buy. We can buy a dependable shield. That's the only thing for sale. That's actually based on the other default Me video game, which is it Find Me? I can't remember, but it's the one that's sort of like a role-playing game.
One of the commenters mentioned that they love these games, especially the new ones, for commuting.
Yeah, and now I could buy more things. I could buy a dependable shield, or I could buy a souvenir tile. Yeah, these games work really well for me in terms of, like, I take the subway from Brooklyn to Manhattan every day, and I'll StreetPass with people every day, and so the green light will go on, and you can play the game even if you just StreetPass with one person. You can also, in all the games, do stuff like this. Hire an analyst is what they're saying here. You can cash in play coins. So play coins are the coins that you accrue just by walking around with the 3DS. As long as it's charged, it has a pedometer in it, and it's going to count your physical activity, and then it's going to reward you coins, and it can hold up to 300 coins. And so I could actually spend play coins on another analyst. Let's actually just do that. Let's hire 2 analysts. Analysts come in as either cats or dogs. I think it's based on, at some point, the 3DS asks you which you prefer. So I'm a cat person, so I hired I hire cats. So we can go back to the trading floor. Now with only 2 analysts, let's see what I can view the analyst profiles. Well, I guess there's nothing to know about them because they're just cats. So that's a pretty crude curve, so we don't know a whole lot about how the stock is going to perform, but it looks like for much of the day they're guessing it'll perform well, and the only good buying opportunity would be a little past the halfway point of the day. So let's see if that's true and go into it. So it seems like it's going to be a seller's market in the beginning, so we're expecting to see the value go up. Oh, so much for our analysts. So we're going to buy. They were totally wrong. These analysts suck. Buy. We can't buy anymore. We need to sell some. Should we sell? Might drop, he says. No, he was wrong. Sell, 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 sell. Okay, so my cat analysts weren't that good, but I paid attention to how the line went. And look at that. I profited 648,000 Gs, 36,000 per second. And so, I'm feeling good about this. And that's, some of the StreetPass games early on took a long time to play, so you would StreetPass with a whole bunch of people. And then, as you saw before, and you'll see about in a second again, I have so many StreetPass games, it would take a long time to get through each game. Developed by Goodfeel, by the way. They're also the people that I think did Kirby's Epic Yarn, and they might have also done Yoshi's Woolly World. I'm not sure. The icon goes away if you've used the people that you've StreetPassed with in the games. There's Jason Schreier, by the way, Kotaku reporter extraordinaire with a lion hat. Here's the person with the stack of beef hat. Other people have, there's a Samus Aran hat. Anyway, let's go to another game. So this is the Slot Car Racers. Another one of the new ones. Slot Car Rivals, rather, also developed by Goodfeel. Let's go into this. The Mii's that I've StreetPassed with are already around there. Let's go into the race hall. This is, and do one race. And now I can race Fairy Tale Forest. So this is a simple racing game. It's like a single button racing game. Okay, I'll try the new course. I've unlocked the prototype car. Every time you play, you get some sort of booster. The conceit here is that the Mii's are like mechanics or something, and the more Mii's you have, the more impressive work they can do on some sort of one single-use booster for your car. So if I only StreetPass with 2 Mii's and brought them into the game, I'd get a pretty bad booster. But I StreetPass with 10, and so I get what I guess is a pretty good booster. So my speed and my performance will be greatly enhanced. Let's go into the game. Is this setup okay with you? Sure it is. Wouldn't be a Nintendo game if they don't ask you 10 times if you're really sure about what you want to do. So this is all about holding on to the accelerator until I get into the sharp turn, letting go in the sharp turn, and then hitting it again as I'm getting out of the turn. So all the Mii's are going to put their, I don't know if we can speed this up. No, so they're all putting their cars on there. So right, I'm obviously not playing against these people in real time. I wonder if the colors of the cars are affected by the colors of the Mii's, because sometimes the color shirt that people have chosen to wear actually has an impact on the game in some way. In some cases, in fundamental and important gameplay ways. All right, so here we go. I was not very good at this game when I tried it before, but let's see how we do. Oh, no, okay. So very short laps. There we go. I got an excellent on that one. Got a cool. I keep messing up the second turn. It stinks. All right, I need some training. Sixth. This is terrible. Okay. So I need a little bit of work on that. You can do practice races, improved a little bit, but that's it. You unlock better cars and better tracks and other upgrades for yourself. The more you do it, you get experience points. This game has a C circuit, B circuit, A circuit, a lot of unlockable cars and other things. These guys are now going to make a booster for me for next time. See what I get. And again, the quantity of Mii's is affecting the quality. So next time I'll have a +5 control, which it looks like I could use because I was going off the course. And I can practice the race in, there's a free race thing. I could go counter services. Yeah, I can custom make cars as well and do a bunch of other things. So that's another short session game.
There was, by the way, one of the commenters is a day trader, and so they were like, probably won't be playing the day trading game because that looks like my work.
We're going to go to Feed Me now. So Feed Me, as you might guess, is a cooking game. The idea here is that you run a restaurant for role-playing game heroes, and they need to eat in order to be able to fight whatever bad guys they're fighting. There's a big recipe book full of different ingredients and recipes, and you can consult that. Every Mii that you meet essentially it represents an ingredient, and you'll see that here, I think, as they all show up with their basic foodstuffs. I had 3 pieces of food in the 3 types of food in the refrigerator already, so let's get ready. Order in beef with tuna sauce. Okay, people want beef with tuna sauce, so let's see if I can do that. I don't know if I have the recipe yet, but let's see. What do we got? Beef with tuna sauce, and this here is, I think we probably need 3 ingredients. Do we think this is tuna? It doesn't tell us. Oh yeah, it is tuna.
Stephen, could you just bump up the volume a bit on the DS?
Certainly. We're going to raise the volume for you guys so you can hear the game a little more. That's beef. What would the third ingredient be in beef with tuna sauce? I guess something that would make the sauce. Yeah, we don't know the recipe. Other options are onion, egg. Anybody out there in Facebook land have any idea what the third ingredient would be? Tomato? Salmon? Not going to be salmon. I want to know if people think that eggs or tomato still can't be. What do you guys? Anybody in the room? What do you guys think? What's the third?
Nope.
What's the third ingredient?
I mean, like, depends on what kind of base we're talking about, you know what I mean?
Do you think egg could possibly be in it? What do
Is milk an option?
Yeah, do you have any
no, I mean, this is all I got is what's down here.
Yeah.
I think we probably need 3 ingredients.
You have the...
Up here in the refrigerator, I had flour, but I don't think flour. Look, he's chopping up the flour too. That's weird.
Yeah, so I think onion probably is usually used as like a...
You think onion? I mean, it could be that I don't have it. I've only played this game once before. I've only played each of these games once before, so I don't know all of its intricacies. I don't have the recipe unlocked. It's a mystery recipe, so we don't know what could possibly be in it. I don't know why this stuff is flashing at the bottom. Maybe it's saying that these are the possible ingredients. If so, I do have eggs. So let's just try eggs and see what happens. So
I'm just gonna give everyone salmonella.
we're gonna cook it, man. We're not gonna give it to them raw. All right, so create. Let's see what happens. I did it. Maybe they detect what you can cook based on what you have. So maybe it's more of just a logic thing or like a life experience process of deduction. But there we go. Scrumptious. Meal rating 3 stars. New dish. Feed it to the adventurers.
Someone's questioning the fact that it's actually beef with tuna sauce. I don't know. Have you ever heard of that dish before?
Jason was eating right there. The Metroid person is eating. They all look quite happy. Yeah, I don't know. Tuna sauce is a little weird. And then they're going off on their adventure. Day turns to night. The bird delivers the newspaper. And some progress meter ticked up there. I don't know what that means. I guess that's, maybe that's, so she killed the ghost and he had 5 HP. I guess that's what we're knowing. Because, right, so the meal was worth 30 damage points, and so clearly killed the ghost. This is where they are in terms of the adventure on the lower screen. So the progress, they've moved a little bit further ahead. And we even get a review from one of the Mii's. Beef with tuna sauce, it was okay. Well, that's really glowing. And
That egg, use the egg.
It didn't kill me.
that was the egg. So like all the other ones, we could go and have some Mii's, or cat Mii's, help us out as we could do more cooking. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. This is why it's good, I guess, that Nintendo games sometimes double check whether you really want to make a decision that you began to commit to. So let's go to the fridge. Oh, and we have a full refrigerator already. So I guess we don't need 2 pieces of flour, right? This is where you store ingredients. Okay. Right, they throw out what you don't put in the fridge. There's got to be a way to build a bigger fridge. So I'd say get rid of that. No, tomato seems handy. Wait, what?
You have 2 kinds of fish, or?
That's what I want to keep in my fridge. Throw out the rest of this stuff. So if you're into like cooking, basic cooking kind of things, there you go. Now I think I was saying before in the slot car game that people's shirts, the colors of their shirts on their Mii's may affect gameplay in some of these games. And my guess is that the ingredients, which you see sort of have color coding to them, are themselves affected by the Mii's. So in other words, I'm guessing that I have, and we'll see this when we go back out to the plaza or something, I'm guessing that I StreetPassed with somebody with a red shirt and somebody with a sky blue shirt and somebody with a light green shirt, and that's the reason why I have ingredients there that are matching. And my guess is that red, there may be a few other ingredients that also be red coded, but that if I didn't have anybody with a red shirt, I wouldn't have gotten any red coded ingredients. So anyway, let's get out of this game. There's a fishing game. We may have time for it, I'm not sure. But it actually cares where the Mii is from, where it's been registered, so what state or what country, and that actually has an impact on it. So the more distant the Mii is from where you're based, there's an impact on that in terms of where you can fish. So this is Ninja Launcher. This one is made by Probe. That's the company that's run by Yuji Naka, the creator of Sonic the Hedgehog. And so this very weird game that you're about to see is made by him. These are the Mii's. So you can see some of the color coding stuff happening here. So these are the 10 people. And blue shirt, red shirts. So this orange shirt has been also considered to be, I guess, red, because you see the blue shirt person has a blue icon. These people are fitting in the red family, blue, red, green. And notice, so we're looking at armor, sword, helmet. Those are the 3 types of items that can be in this game. We've got the max number of allies. So again, these games are designed for pulling in 10 Miis at most that you've street passed with. Many days, especially if you're not in a big city or you're not at a big convention, you're not going to street pass with 10 people in a day. So you'll be playing these games with 3 Miis or 4. But we've got 10, which should make life easier. We're going to the path of the ninja. Now we are fighting an enemy. We're a Mii who is in a cannon. We've been told that we have to be naked because otherwise firing the cannon will burn off our clothes. We are trying to line up the helper people down here so that, test shot, so that we actually go through as many flags as possible. Okay, so all the ones on the left are not quite where we want. Okay, that's good. Okay, we want to move. No. Okay, so it's going to intercept all the ones that have stars over it. The launch is about to happen. And so our naked self is about to be launched from the cannon, and as he intercepts each of the flags, he's going to get more and more gear. So you see he's getting clothes on, he's getting a better weapon, better clothing, better weapon. Missed those. Never quite got a helmet. Fighting this guy, I have no helmet. immediately killed, because that guy I had been taught earlier in the game is a guy who always will try to counterattack you, and he'll hit you in the head, and you need to have a helmet, which I forgot. So let's bring in some cats. This game is ridiculous, and the one I've liked the most of all these so far. So we're going to spend 20 coins. And clearly this time what I need to focus on when I go into battle is making sure that I get a good helmet. So the green people, I need to make sure I intercept some green flags. So here we go, getting ready to fight this guy. If you can get all of your flags intercepted during your flight path, then you get the ability to do a critical hit and you do a lot more damage. So it's in some ways helpful to have fewer Miis in the playing field. Looks like we'll intercept those. Let's see if we can get. Okay. All right. So the silver intercepts are not as good as the. I don't think that's gonna. Oh, that is gonna intercept. Okay, that's good. Oh shit! I just messed everything up. All right, let's see how we did. I was on track to get every flag, and then I just messed up. I hit the wrong button. So we've got some sort of helmet, better helmet. Still no weapon. There's a weapon, wooden bow. Now we're up to kunai, samurai helmet. Missed that flag. Cow skull. Foot soldier armor. So we're, oh, helmet. That's great, but our weapon is really weak. So we block his shot and do 345 damage, and he gets us with his second shot. I don't know that you can attack a second time. So we clearly needed a better weapon, but we did half damage to him. He's down to 455 HP. And let me show you, let me move on to another game. So this one was Ninja Launcher, creator of Sonic the Hedgehog. I believe he's still at Pro. This is the kind of stuff he's working on these days. So that game's funny. I like that concept that you're going to be naked in order to be shot out of a cannon so that your clothes don't catch fire. Video game logic. Me Trek, made by Arzest. I don't know what they've done before. This one, it's pulling in the Miis. I haven't figured out how it judges the Miis differently, like what the impact is on the people you're pulling in. Because when they show you the tutorial, oh yeah, like, so why is, these people all have a volume of steps associated with them. And most people are only worth 500 steps. And this is going to be the number of steps that we can take on this journey we're about to go through, this trek, as it were, because it's called B-Trek. But this person is worth 12,000 steps, and I don't know why. One possibility is that they may actually have this game. So the people that you're street passing with don't have to have these games. It's just pulling in their data. So it's pulling in their name, their color of their shirt, their location that their Mii is registered in. But if people play the same game that you're playing, then it will have pulled in data from their sessions with the game. And different games have different feedback on that. So there's one game that's about armies fighting each other, and you build a bigger and bigger army. And if you StreetPass with most people, the people who don't have the game, you'll be able to recruit like a few. They'll all have like followers, but it'll be a small number of people. I think, in fact, it's the quantity of people that are in their Me Plaza. So you'll pull those people in. So there's like a couple dozen people. But if you StreetPass with somebody else who's also playing the game, then in that game you pull in, like, you have the opportunity to fight them asynchronously. But you fight them, and you can pull in like millions of, or hundreds of thousands or millions of soldiers. So anyway, maybe the green person here also is playing the game. Let's see how this one plays out, though. I've done this once or twice before. We are trying to get to, trying to get some treasure. So you probably guessed. Hit a dead end. So you see the steps that are being counted out. If I remember correctly, what I'm trying to do is figure out how to get to this stuff. I have the compass, which you find in each level of the map, and it's saying that there's treasure in these places. But when I took the, I don't know if I can move around. No, I can't. When I initially started here and I worked my way around over here, I kept hitting dead ends. There's another junction right there that I could have gone through the dotted line. I don't know if you can make that out. But I decided to go back a bit, retrace my steps, and then see if I could branch out to the left, and maybe we would find that there's a path on the left side. So let's pick that and see what happens. Another junctures, check the map. And let's go, I don't know if that's a wall or a monument. I haven't played this game enough. Let's assume it's a wall, and it'll be a barrier. So we're gonna go up. You see some of the Miis have been peeled away already. Jungle, chop the jungle down. Good. You lose Miis if you don't do that quickly enough. What do I get? Got a rapid shot camera. Okay. And tranquilize roads. Yeah, you run into animals and you have to tranquilize them. And we've got to some treasure. Well, why would you ever pick don't open? Of course we want to open a treasure chest. Well, that's why we wouldn't want to open it, because it's empty. Life lesson right there. Let's go the other way. Moderate trek. Clear the wall. Another wall to clear. So we're getting to walk further because one of those people that we StreetPassed with had so many steps. Oh, we hit a dead end, so great. So we've used up a lot of that person's steps. I think we need to go all the way back. Yeah, we need to go this way. That way. Looks like there's going to be treasure. Let's go this way. People keep peeling off, as you can see. The more we go. Choose a path. Oh, got to tranquilize the rhino, so we look for the trank spot and shoot it. The rhino goes to sleep. That's how it works in real life as well. Just one tranquilizer to the rhino leg, and they go to sleep. I think we're down to just one person and 360 steps. Let's go. Can't even get to the last backpack. So then you go to camp. And they show us everything that we did. And there we go. I'm curious, based on what people have seen so far, which games you like. For those just joining, you've missed a tour through a series of StreetPass games on the Nintendo 3DS. These were all released by Nintendo last week to supplement the StreetPass games that are already on here. These are all games that are played by you walking around with your 3DS, doing a wireless sort of invisible connection that just happens just by passing people and pulling in their Miis. In this case, I've pulled in these 10 Miis. You can play with these Miis essentially 10 Miis at a time. You can now pull in up to 100 Miis, though, that your system can hold, but they still will only let you access 10 of them at a time. And originally, what you did with Miis is stuff like Puzzle Swap here, where you can just use them to fill out puzzles, not very complicated puzzles like this. The new thing they added, I mentioned this before, is you can now get multiple pieces from one person, which is pretty nice. since there are 1,667 possible pieces to be collecting from people. But does this person have more pieces? Yeah, so like, let's see, can we get, yeah, look at that. We got a whole bunch of pieces. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm just going to zip through these people, that you could do with StreetPass before, and bit by bit over the years, Nintendo has decided that, hey, we can offer people a lot more gameplay with these Miis for these low-priced games if you're into this. It's just like a different genre of game. Look at, wow, I got 12 pieces from that person. That's awesome. And now that the 3DS is in its twilight, my thinking is that this is likely to be the last big push we're going to see towards this kind of design, unless they do StreetPass with the NX, given that there's a lot of assumptions that the Nintendo NX will also have a portable aspect to it, that it may in fact be a home console that's also a portable gaming device. But yeah, I'm curious which of the games that people saw they liked. So if you had a favorite so far, the stock market game, the racing game, the cooking game.
People seem to like the slot car game, actually.
Okay, cool. I want to show you guys from the previous wave of games. There were a couple of ones that I enjoyed quite a lot. So this is a fishing one, and called Ultimate Angler, also by Prope. And you'll see that these games are longer session games. I'll try to play them briskly. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words a little bit today. So all the people come through and they tell you where they're from and they give you some bait. Now this person was from out of state, so I got a silver permit, which lets you go a little further out when you go fishing. What we're hoping for is somebody from another country. They're giving me they're giving me bait that matches the color of their shirt, you may have noticed. So this person from New York, I get light blue bait from them because they're wearing a light blue shirt. Canada, okay, and this person I've StreetPassed with 3 times. I don't even know who they are, but I guess you're on the same commute all the time. So I got a gold ticket from them, which is good. This guy, okay, so we got 10 pieces of bait. Because we met people with gold tickets, or one person, we can go to the more distant fishing spots that are out there. We're ultimately hoping to fish out these like ultimate fish. And you do that by, it's actually a very involved game. You do that by going to a fishing spot, and so like there's this island. Let's go to this island here, which looks sort of like a squid, Mithril Island. And zoom in a little bit more. And you initially unlock one fishing spot, and there was a clear challenge to be able to move on from that fishing spot. It wasn't to get all the fish, because I only got 4 out of 6. But I think of this one, yeah, I did this one yesterday. You had to get a swordfish. So I got a D-class swordfish, so not the biggest swordfish. And I had needed light green bait, or I could have used, I think this is purple or yellow bait. Notice, by the way, I didn't get any yellow bait because I didn't StreetPass with anybody with yellow shirts. So that would have not been a good strategy to go in to try to get the swordfish. Well, I guess I could have gotten it with the light green bait, but I didn't have the other 2 types of bait. Happily, though, I already have that area complete. So now in Cuddy's Cave, the goal is to land a tawny nurse shark. So do I have the right bait? Well, I don't think I've fished here before, so I don't have any of the fish. We do see that we know the types of baits for these mystery fish. We can guess that that's a lobster. I don't think any of those are a tawny, whatever it was, shark. Maybe that's what that is, and that requires red bait. And we have 3 red baits. So this seems like a viable place to go fishing because we have some bait that might get us some fish. There's some mystery fish in here as well. So let's pick this spot. You want to fish in this spot? Yeah, so you see already, even just the strategizing for this is more involved than what I was doing for like the slot car racing game. So you can speed a lot of stuff up on StreetPass games by holding down the right trigger. If you were watching from the beginning of the stream, at one point I made the Miis run extra fast and they kicked up dust behind them. That was also the right shoulder button, not trigger. So there's certain concepts that carry through in the design of the StreetPass Mii Plaza and then also in the games. There's different types of rods that you may notice. Now I'm the only one who's actually going to be fishing here, and I have a crystal rod. I've combined some crystal rods to make a crystal rod +1. So there's like a lot of RPG gear type things, gear improvement. There's some rods give you advantages if you're using them if you're on a beach or if you're on a rocky atoll or something like that. You can mix the bait. I've not quite figured out the logic behind that. I don't remember that. But let's immediately go fishing with some red bait to get whatever that is. Maybe that's the tawny nose shark. I don't know. So we're gonna fish with that. I'm actually gonna use the stylus on this. So sorry, cameraman, but I'm gonna make this wobble. We are okay. So we hooked it, and then we just start reeling it in. And oh, this is gonna be bad. Yeah, it's just a jellyfish. When there's a little resistance, you're just fishing garbage. So yeah, we got some garbage. Keep fishing. Try again. I still think we should be using red bait and see what we get. There's this weird thing that sometimes happens, happened to me yesterday when I was playing, where everybody will suddenly team up and help you fish, and it just increases your pulling power. Got it. Oh yeah, here we go. Speaking of the devil. So they're all helping. The fish is about 55 feet out. If I have this meter go into the red, it may snap my line. Oh, this fish is resisting. Let that lighten up and try to wind him in a bit. All right. The really difficult fish, like the boss fish, they have a whole other meter that you have to clear before you even get to this distance thing, and that meter actually gets chipped away. There we go. Gets chipped away through subsequent fishing expeditions. So the garfish, that's what I got. Great. And so we fill that out. So we've gotten 1 out of the 6 fish here, and I'm sure there's some sort of bonus for getting all of the fish. We're going to go to, let's keep fishing and see what else we can get out of this. So start fishing, do some blue bait. And let's see how we go. And here we come again. And we got a Corin angelfish. So this game could go on and on and on. In the interest of time, I'm going to actually wind things down now. If you guys like seeing the StreetPass games, let me know in the comments. There's a whole bunch of other StreetPass games I can show you. I can also get better at these, and we can do like a whole another tour of these on another day. But I wanted to show you guys this stuff because I find it so different from the kind of gaming that you can get on other systems, and really the kind of gaming that people talk about. You know, people talk about online gaming, local multiplayer, and whatever else. But the StreetPass stuff that is based on the amount of people you're crossing paths with and things like that, I find just it's an interesting bunch of parameters upon which to design video games. And I think the folks that have made these games for Nintendo have done some creative work here in coming up with some cool stuff. So I recommend you check them out yourself if you have a 3DS. At least a few of them are free, and the rest of them don't cost all that much money. Again, let me know if you want to see more of this. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Stephen Totillo of Kotaku, and we will be back with more streams on Facebook Live next week. Have a good weekend.